How to find a husband. I'm going to tell you the perspective from a man. This is a Christian channel, so I'm going to speak here mostly to a Christian woman that are struggling how to find a husband. The young men are also struggling finding a wife. So I'm just gonna hit the most important things from a perspective of a man. Now, knowing that this is, like I said, this is a Christian channel, I need to tell you up front that in order to be happy, extremely happy, you need to get to know Jesus Christ. I mean, literally. Okay, you can only do that through the Spirit. Now, once you know that, then, and I will give you the example later on, let me tell you that the biggest mistake, there's one mistake that most women do in finding a husband. It's opening their legs. Okay, I'm gonna say that up front. I'm a conservative, okay? I'm a Christian person. If you want to find a good Christian husband, you need to have value on his eyes, okay? I know what I'm talking about, okay? I'm 57 years old. I dated before following the Lord. I dated a lot of women. I read hundreds of books. I'm not an expert in this, okay? I'm not an expert. But I know the basics. And I've seen a lot of channels basically making fun of women, which I find repulsive. A lot of these guys, they call themselves Christians. They don't know what they're talking about. Basically, they're just making fun of women. Okay? They don't know the most basic thing about the respect for a person. We as Christians, we only have one commandment, that we love our neighbor, and that includes women. Okay? So, in simple words, let's say that Jane goes out with John, and I don't care if it's the first day, the second day, the third day. In order for a woman to be valuable for a man, is that you need to close your legs. The moment that you have sex, Jane, the moment that you have sex with John, most of the time, he's not interested in you. And that's the reason, man, they don't want to commit. How do you know that a man loves you? Listen very careful to what I'm about to say. How do you know when you find a man that is going to love you? He's going to stick around even if he doesn't have the sex that he wants. So, the number one rule for a woman to be valuable for a man is, don't have sex with him even if you're deeply in love with him, and even if he's deeply loving you. How is he gonna prove that he loves you? He's gonna stick around. He's gonna stick around with you. He's gonna wait for you. Alright? He's gonna wait. Now, Like I said, this is a Christian channel. So eventually I'm going to be sharing scripture regarding, you know, uh, more ways on how to find a husband. In Christianity is that once you have Jesus in your life, then you're happy, then you're fulfilled. But God Himself said that it's not good for a man to be alone. So there's a purpose. You're not gonna find happiness in a man, but when you find a man that is gonna love you and is gonna respect you, then life is gonna be easier. Okay, so the family is the model of Jesus Christ. So I guess I'm gonna start making these kind of videos because of that necessity, not because I'm an expert, but I'm a man, and I dated for a long time, and I read a lot of books, so I know the subject. Okay, and as far as in Christianity, I mean, even if you're not a Christian, the reason the man do not commit is because you give him everything before the commitment. Okay? Men want to get married, but if you don't value yourself, then he's not gonna value. Now I understand, there are a lot of women, so we live in a generation where women says like, I don't need a man to be happy, but unfortunately, these are like very strong women with strong will, but most women do not have a strong will. Most women, they have weak will, and that's the reason a lot of women are committing suicide, because they're not happy. They're not happy with themselves. They're not happy with this world, and some of them choose to end their lives because they're not happy. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. You're not gonna find happiness in a man, but life is easier when you have a partner. Okay, and I can tell you this: the only way that you can be happy is if you find Jesus. Literally. Okay, so if you're dating someone, close your legs. If he really loves you, if he really finds value on you, he's gonna wait, and you become more valuable to him. I remember when I was a teenager, I was probably like 14 years old. I had a friend, he was like 17. And I remember he was not even that good looking, because most young girls look for the handsome men, So he was dating one of the most beautiful women in the community where we live. And I'm talking about like probably like blocks and blocks around. She was one of the most beautiful women that was dating a friend of mine. And I remember that he shared with me. He was mad. He was mad with his girlfriend. And do you want to know why he was mad? Because she gave herself to him. Meaning he lost interest in her, because it was like, oh, I thought she was different, It's like, but come on, she's your girlfriend. It's proven that she loves you. It goes like, yeah, but if she did it with me like that, she probably did it with 100 guys. Unfortunately, that's the way a lot of men think. Now, for a girl that went crazy and had 100 guys, you can. There's hope for you. There's hope for you. Okay. You can still have find a husband, but you need to change the mentality. First, you close your legs. You don't have sex with this person that you meet. And second, you don't tell them that you slept with a lot of men. You're gonna carry that to your tomb. Now, if you wanna brag about it, if you wanna like get even when you get mad with him, then you're gonna then you lose your value, and you're gonna be miserable. I'm telling you, you're gonna be miserable. I met a lot of miserable women in their 30s and 40s. I met a lot of them. I dated them. Some of them, were my friends. They're no longer my friends. I haven't seen them in a long time. So I know what I'm talking about. So listen, don't tell him. Don't tell him. He doesn't have to know that. The only time you share with your future husband or your boyfriend, your fiance, this is the only thing you share when you were raped and you're having problems. And you think you're going to have problems having a sexual relationship with him. That's the only time when you're telling him. You need to be honest. You're telling, you know what? When I was like this age, whatever, I was raped and I have issues with my sexuality. So he's going to understand it. If he's a mature man, he's going to understand it. And he's going to, he needs to, you need to get counseling, okay? As couple, because he needs to deal with that too. Because if you reject them, when you're having sex, that's when the man is the most vulnerable. Telling a man no once you're married, that's one of the most vulnerable times in a man's life. So you gotta be careful. So that's the reason you need to tell him that you were raped. Other than that, nobody has to know how many men you slept with. Because if you do that, you lose value. We men value. It's just like the way women value men. And I know that eventually I'm gonna make a lot of videos regarding on how to talk to men, the new vocabulary that you need to learn. But because of feminism, you see, I agree. I'm with women that they want to be treated with respect and dignity. I'm with you. But I'm against feminism that says like, oh, I don't need a man to be happy. They don't know what they're saying. They don't know what they're saying. A lot of them eventually, it's pretty easy for a woman that is 20, 25, even 30 to say like, I don't need a man to be happy. And then later on in the last, they find out that, yeah, talk is cheap. Okay, it's as simple as that. So just remember this advice. Close your legs. And if he's really interested in you, he's going to stick around. He's going to appreciate you. And eventually, he's going to marry you. Okay? God bless you.